everyone, we're here again our next lesson. Find the distances on the coordinate plane. Our essential question will be, how can you find the distance between 2 points on the coordinate plane? And we could use absolute value to find the distance on the coordinate plane. Our overview for this lesson is the vertical distance, the horizontal distance, and let's solve some problem involving distances using the coordinate plane. Alright, with that, let's start. So before we start, I would like you to do this activity first. Graph the points on the coordinate plane. What picture do you make when you connect the points? So you have 3, 3, 0, 0, negative 4, negative 4, negative 9, 0, negative 4, negative 4, 0, 0 again, negative 3, negative 3, 3, negative 3, and 3, 3. So you could use the tools down there on your book. You could just write over it. What do you think is the picture that will show when you graph these points? Go ahead. If you were able to plot the points that looks like this, then you're right. So name the pair of points that are the same distance from x-axis. Explain your choice. So what are the points that have the same distance? If you're gonna say this point and that point, that's correct. From here to here and from here to there, you also are correct. All right. Now let's see how we could solve for the vertical distance in this lesson. All right, let's go play.
How can you find the distance between 2 points on a coordinate plane? Think about this question during the lesson. Tammy drew a map of her neighborhood. How far is it from Lee's house to the school? Are Lee's house and the school on the same horizontal or vertical grid line? Lee's house and the school are on the same vertical grid line. Find the coordinates of Lee's house and the school. How do you find the ordered pairs for Lee's house and the school?
So I'll give you time to find the the coordinate points, the points that represents Lil's house and the school. All right, go ahead.
For each location, start at the origin and move along the x-axis and then along the y-axis. Then record the coordinates as an ordered pair. What are the coordinates for Lee's house?
Select your answer.
If you said that is 1, 2, 3, 4, that's negative 4, and then 1, 2, 3, that's gonna be negative 4, negative 3, then you guys are correct.
The coordinates for Lee's house are negative 4, negative 3. The coordinates for the school are negative 4, 2. What do you notice about the x-coordinates of Lee's house and the school?
Let's pause this video and let's talk about what have you noticed. If you see that the coordinates, the x-coordinates are the same, right? So what we're gonna do to find the distance between that, other than counting the steps or counting the blocks?
The x-coordinates are the same. Because the x-coordinates are the same, you can use the y-coordinates to find the distance between Lee's house and the school.
You can use what you know about absolute value to find distances.
So with that said, we're gonna use absolute value of 2 and absolute value of negative 3 to find the distance between the two locations.
The absolute values of the y-coordinates tell you the distance between each point and the x-axis. This distance is the absolute value of 2, or 2. This distance is the absolute value of negative 3, or 3.
With that said, we always have to always have to do the reference between the axes. So if you notice, you only find the distance from the axis to the location, from the axis to the location. That will also happen the same way when we go to the horizontal distance later on. All right? So we always have to do it between the axis, and we're gonna have more examples on it later on.
The distance from Lee's house to school is the absolute value of 2 plus the absolute value of negative 3 equals 2 plus 3 equals 5 miles. Why do you add the distances between each point and the x-axis to find the total distance from Lee's house to the school?
So you guys have an idea why we had to add it? So if you said because from this point to the center point, and from this point to the next point, right? So school to the center, center to the next house. That's why we're adding them. But Savas is a different way of telling it to us. Let's see.
You add the distances between each point and the x-axis because the two distances combined result in the total distance between Lee's house and the school.
All right, so now you understand what it is, okay? So let's have more practice. All right, so on your own in your book, you could open this and work on it. So what is the distance from the school to the playground? Explain how you use the absolute value to find the distance. So this time, we're gonna have the playground to the school. Other than counting the steps or blocks between, how could you use absolute value to find the distance for this? All right, go ahead. Example number 2. Let's see if we could use that concept that we just learned, finding the distance in this situation. So the Color family starts at their home and stops at a rest stop to eat lunch. So I think they're going for a vacation. How much farther do they need to drive to get to their water park? Use the coordinates to find the distance. So this is a water park, this is where they rest, and this is where their house. Their goal is to go to the water park. All right? So the question is, how much farther do they need to drive to get to the water park? Go ahead, give it time. So with that, if you said that your answer is 59.75 miles, you're correct. So look at this. So negative 85.5 and 40 is the coordinates, and negative 25.75 and negative 40 is the coordinate of the rest stop. If you notice that they are standing or they are lying or they are on the same street of negative 40. So you find the absolute value of negative 0.85 and the absolute value of negative 25.75. Why are we subtracting them this time? Because they are just resting on the same quadrant. They are on the same location on here, right? But if you could notice, water park to here plus there is the distance from Coulter's house to the water park. But you're just writing or finding the distance from the rest stop to the water park. So you just have to subtract the distance to eliminate the other one. So if your answer is 59.75, you got it right. With that, let's try another one. What is the total distance of the Coulter's return trip after the day in the water park? So the distance will be, you're gonna try to use this equation to solve it. Good luck. Work on this problem too, and we'll see what your answer be. Thomas drew a map of her neighborhood. How far is it from Jay's house to school? Alright, additional problem 2. So Gleason family is at doctor's office. They plan to go to the library and then go to the pool. How many kilometers will they travel? So you're gonna find this distance, and here's the answer. I just give you the answer right away, so you're just gonna look and how do you figure out that it's 9 kilometers. Alright guys, I hope this review lesson will help you a little bit in going back on how to find distance vertically and horizontally using the coordinate plane. We'll practice more in class. That's it for now guys, and have a good day. See you next time. Bye.